49ers Rams coming your way. Let's get it. What's up, everybody? I am Seth Floyd Hansen. This is the Seth Floyd Show, and we are talking 49ers at Rams preview week 3 in this chaotic NFL season so far that has been bananas, been unpredictable, and as you can guess, because of all that chaos, I'm nervous about this football game for my San Francisco 49ers. They open up and are 7-point favorites on the road in LA, which that alone makes me a little nervous. That tells you Vegas is not worried about the Niners. Okay, if you look ahead to next week when they get the Patriots at home, they are 9.5-point favorites as of right now, which that seems a little big to me given they beat Cincinnati week 1. They took the Seahawks to overtime, so whatever. That's next week though. But here's my deal with this football game. Every person in the NFL, okay, every person that loves football that has followed what's going on knows there is no scenario where the 49ers should lose this football game. The Rams are more banged up than any other NFL team right now, okay? They literally almost like 4 out of their 5 starters are on IR. They placed their starting safety on IR this week. Puka Nacua is on IR. Cooper Kupp has a high ankle sprain. The only reason I think that he is not on IR is because you can only have 8 designations to return before the end of the season, and I think they've already reached that number. And so they're like, well, we don't want Cooper to be gone all season, so we're just going to keep him on the active roster and just hope he can come back in 4 weeks. This, I've said it before, this is as bad of a situation as the 49ers had in 2020 when Garoppolo got hurt and 25 other guys got hurt, basically. It was a season from hell. And that's what the Rams are going through. Now, why am I nervous about this game? That's what all of you should be saying. Seth Floyd, what's your problem? This should be a get-right game. And I agree, but here's what's going to happen, guys. This is how this is going to play out, okay? As you know, Deebo Samuel was also ruled out for the next couple weeks, calf strain. If I hear the word calf strain again, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. Calf strain with any 49er player, going to lose my mind because I will never be able to rest easy after what has been going on with Christian McCaffrey. And just, it was weird because Kyle Shanahan was like, yeah, no injuries to report after the game. And then all of a sudden, bam, Monday night, calf strain. He's going to be out a couple weeks. And Deebo said on his podcast, by the way, guys, can we stop it with the podcast? It's fine. I've never tell an NFL player what to do, but given how the season has been so far, and it's only been 2 weeks, but you have a weird game that gets out of hand in Minnesota, you lose it, guys are hurt, and now Deebo is going to be on a podcast. Like, I know he made that decision way long ago, and it wasn't like he just decided right now to do it. Anyway, I think part of it is I hate Micah Parsons' podcast so much. I hate it because, I don't hate that he does a podcast. I hate the things he says on his podcasts. And it's like, dude, you would just be so much better off just not talking. And I love Deebo. He's like one of my favorite 49ers of all time. But he already said something. Which it didn't bother me that much, but it's already being talked about where he's like, I think we've been one of the best. We've been the best team in the league the last few years. Which I think a lot of people on paper would be like, yes, on paper, your roster has been the best in the NFL. Like, I think there's a lot of non-49er fans that would say that, and then in the same breath, they would also say, but you don't have Patrick Mahomes, and you can't win a freaking Super Bowl, so you're not the best team. And I think Deebo was just trying to say, we have more talent than anybody, we just haven't sealed the deal. Whatever, the point is, it just feels like one thing after another that is being talked about, and this just feels like a season of distractions, and I'm pounding my fist because I'm frustrated. My computer just turned on because I was hitting the desk so hard. That is what I'm saying, is like it just feels like one thing after another right now, which sucks. This is how this game is going to go, okay? The Rams just lost, I think it was 41-10 or something in that vein to the Cardinals. If the 49ers do not beat the Rams by that margin or similar to that margin, 35-10, 30-10, something like that, all that's going to be talked about is the 49ers have problems. They're going to say, yeah, great, you beat the Rams 28-17, but is that really that impressive given that the Rams are a JV team right now? That's 100%. And as a fan, that's how I'm going to feel. As a fan, I'm going to be like, holy crap, why are we not pounding this team? I fully expect there to be like 5 minutes left in the third quarter of this game. The 49ers are going to be up 17-10, and the Rams are going to be starting to get momentum and start driving, and I'm going to be like, someone's going to have to talk me off a ledge, because I'm going to be like, are they about to tie this up? Are we about to go into the fourth quarter and have this be tied, and it's not a lock that we win? That is what I'm preparing for, okay? I wouldn't be that way, but no Debo freaks me out. No CMC, no Debo freaks me out. Now, I don't think Sunday we struggled on offense the way we did because of no CMC. Of course, like Purdy without CMC being able to be his like safety valve, like the offense is going to look different. But I think this last Sunday was more of a Brian Flores just knows what he's doing when it comes to Kyle Shanahan and how to defend him. But no CMC and no Debo, and that versatility that they both bring just like worries me. So here's how this is going to be a get-right game, because that's what 49er fans want to believe, is that this is a get-right game, and on paper it should be. So I'm going to tell you how that happens, okay? As I've mentioned before, Purdy haters are very excited because you're down two of your best weapons, so now we're going to find out what Purdy really is. Well, my advice to Kyle Shanahan, if you want this to be a get-right game, do not feed into that and be like, oh, we're going to prove to everybody that Purdy is going to be a $60 million quarterback, that he's worth it. Not that he's not, but that is not how you play 49er football. That is not what this get-right game should be. That is how a game becomes weird, when you become super pass-heavy trying to prove a point, and that's how you let the Rams hang around. And Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay are no joke, okay? And they're coming off one of the worst losses since those two have been together. Like, you're gonna get the best out of Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford this week, okay? Just because of their pride. So to get right in this game, it has to be a run-heavy game. Please give Jordan Mason 25 touches, and then Isaac Guerrero or Patrick Taylor. I know you're worried because you can't give it to Debo. He's out. I don't know what you're gonna do. I know Guerrero got one carry. There's a lot of video of him on social media right now showing he's not very impressive. One carry, whatever, man. Just give him the ball. Give Mason 25 to 30 carries, somewhere in there. Give Guerrero another 5 carries, and then let Purdy just feed off of play action. Let him cook off of play action, okay? So what I wrote down, the recipe for success, okay? Give Mason 25 to 30 carries. He's second in the league in rushing right now at 247, only behind Dobbins of the Chargers, okay? Give him the ball 25 times, okay? Let him push 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then let Purdy throw the ball 20 to 23 times for 250 yards off of play action, some big gains, and let it feel like what the 2023 49ers felt like. That is how you get a get-right game. I don't think Kyle Shanahan in any way is like feeling like he needs to prove that Purdy is worth it or anything like that. But it wouldn't surprise me if Shanahan was like, I want to run up the score like the Cardinals did, and I'm going to do that by trying to air it out a little bit, which again doesn't make any sense. No Debo. I'm just saying it could be weird. But the way to get right is to hand the ball off and set up play action. That is how you do this. One thing I will say, okay, I'll say this and then we'll wrap this thing up. I want Ayuk to get going like all of you, okay? But Ayuk's best stuff last year was off of play action as well. Purdy is the best off of play action, okay? Purdy is not his best. I'm not saying he's bad at this, but he's not his best. And the offense is not rolling when you just spread it out, line it up, and Purdy just has to read and make the right throw. He can do that, and the offense can do that, but that is not how the offense is built. This offense is built by setting up the run, establishing the run, beating you to a pulp, and then setting up play action. That is what makes this thing tick. That is the only thing I want to see this Sunday. We couldn't do it against the Vikings, and I get it. The Vikings were really good. They had a great game plan. That's why it didn't work. Plus, you were playing from behind, so then you had to spread it out. Like, that's fine. The Rams should not be able to stop your run, is what I'm trying to say. I think they have the worst run defense in the league right now. Maybe that's the Eagles. But they have one of the lower run defenses in the league because of all those injuries. Establish the run. I want to see first drive, a 12-play drive where 8 to 9 plays are runs to Jordan Mason. He racks up 60 rushing yards on the first drive and finish it off with a Brock Purdy play action 10-yard touchdown to George Kittle in the corner or Brandon Ayuk in the corner. That is how this is a get-right game. If they can do that, it will make me feel better going forward. But if we still have this weird, like it feels like the offense is out of sync and we can't get anything going, like that is going to be troubling to me. I don't think we blow out the Rams. I don't think this is a 41-10 game. I think this has like 28-17 written all over it. And so at the end, we'll feel like, okay, well, like we won double digits, but really the game felt closer than it should have. And I don't think that's an indictment on the rest of the season. I just think without Debo, without CMC, you don't know what you're getting. Have we ever seen no Debo, no CMC since CMC originally got here? I don't think we've ever seen both of them gone. So that's why I'm hesitant. That's why I'm nervous. Rams fans, I feel for you. I don't like you guys because we're enemies in every sense when it comes to the football field, but I feel for you because I know what you're going through, because this is what happened to us in 2020. Coming off a season that you overachieved, or not, you exceeded expectations. I don't want to say overachieved like we did in 2019. You guys last year making the playoffs. You had so much hype coming into this year. You were so excited. And now injury bug after injury, I get it. But here's what I'll say. I think the Rams are going to play the most desperate football. They are staring 0-3 in the face, okay? And you've got McVay and Stafford. You are going to get your best games from McVay and Stafford this week. If you want any hope as a Rams fan, that's what's coming. Okay, they're not going to just lay down. Stafford is not going to just lay down and just like let you walk all over them. You're going to get the best because they do not want to go 0-3. 49ers fans, with no Puka and no Cooper Kupp, okay, there's no excuse you should not lose this game. We can forget the spread of the margin of victory. Okay, let's like put that aside because it's the NFL. That doesn't really matter. It's just like for me as a fan and you guys as a fan, like analyzing the game, what are we really? For Kyle Shanahan, for every single game, it's just have one more point than the other team at the final whistle. Okay, there is no scenario where you should lose when they have this many injuries and on offense they don't have Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua. Okay. If you do lose this game, you have much bigger problems than Debo being out and CMC being out. I don't think that's the case. We should win. We should even cover. But I'm just saying it is going to be a weirder game than we all want it to be. We all want it to look like that Arizona game last week that the Rams played. I just don't believe it's going to look like that. Okay? I think this game is going to be a little close for comfort, but the Niners pull it out. I think 28-17 is kind of what I'm thinking for this game, for all the reasons that I said. Lastly, for 49ers fans, though, even though they're playing in LA, it is going to be a home game for the Niners. Levi's South is 100% real. They're saying that 62% of the ticket sales online are coming from Northern California zip codes. So that you assume those are 49er fans. That doesn't even account for all the 49er fans that live in LA that have bought tickets and are going to go to the game, which there's a ton of those too. It could be 75 to 80% 49er fans. So you have that going for you as well. But man, I'm a little nervous. I'll feel better. I'll check in with you again once this game is over and give you my thoughts. But let's hope for 49ers victory. Let's hope for total domination. It'll be interesting to see what we look like without CMC, without Debo. What is Purdy? What does Kyle Shanahan dial up? Hopefully it's a lot of Jordan Mason and a lot of play action. That's what I got for you guys. Guys, we're up to 183 subscribers. You guys are freaking awesome. Please share it with your friends. Share it with whoever. Subscribe if you haven't. Okay, like the video, comment, helps all the algorithm. Just like you're helping me make my dreams come true of becoming a full-time content creator. It'd be freaking awesome. Spend more time with my kids. I got 3 kids at home, guys. Gotta feed them, gotta play with them, gotta hang out with them, and that becomes a lot easier if I could do this full-time. Just throwing that out there. You guys are awesome. That's all I've got for you. Go Niners. I'm out.